In the book, you talked about some of your learnings, and you mentioned it yesterday, the 3 C's. And I want you to take this anywhere you want, but I'm thinking there's people listening who might be in their early 30s who, I don't know what to do when I grow up. There could be people who are 55 who have just taken a voluntary redundancy, still in their peak earning potential.
Yeah.
And maybe we're in an environment, I'm in my 4th career. It's this change thing is happening. There is change. It's scary.
Yeah.
There's fear.
Yeah.
What would you say to someone who's in a crisis with their own self or their own career?
I would share with them what I call my gift, and that's my gift to your audience. I've been all over the world sharing the idea that this really is a gift, and it's something I wish someone had given me when I was really young. I had to wake up one day and realize that this is what helped me to become successful. It is this gift that allowed me to weather the storms at 7-Eleven. 7-Eleven was in bankruptcy. 1991, we had to pull it out of a ditch. And Blockbuster, that challenge, I have this gift, and my gift that I'm sharing, I captured in the book, is the gift of learning. But it's not just go to school or go to business school or learn accounting. No. All of those are important skills to have, but I call these meta skills. Dealing with change, that's number 1. Think about it. All commerce begins and ends with change.
Yeah.
Think about it. Everything that we do for business, something changes, somebody responds to it, and they're compensated for it. The root of every commercial transaction, change. Yet humans hate change.
Yeah.
Too often, we say, I love change. Bring it on. And then when something changes, we hunker down and fear kicks in.
And we resist it.
Yeah, and we reverse it and we resist it. And so it's critically important to be able to recognize that change equals opportunity. Ironically, the acronym CEO.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But it does. The root of all opportunity is change. And if you are negative about it, if you're a victim about it, if you have your head down, if you're blaming other people, you're going to miss the opportunity. And someone else is going to see it and seize upon it.
Yeah.
So change. Number 2, confidence. Because even if you say, okay, I recognize that change, I recognize its opportunity, but I'm scared. I don't think I can do this. Or you let other people put you in a box and tell you who you are and what you can and can't do, which too often happens. Confidence is so critical to be able to embrace change. You have to be able to believe that this is possible. And then the third element is clarity, because it's a very complicated world. It's getting more complicated with technology and artificial intelligence, et cetera, et cetera. But Da Vinci, I think it was, once said that true elegance is in simplicity. And that if we can simplify things. Now think about this in the context of listening. Do we listen and our eyes roll back because, well, that was complicated, or are we really, truly listening to understand the other person? So inbound simplicity, clarity, and then outbound, because you could have the best business plan in the world and no one can execute it if they can't understand it, if they can't articulate it. So those 3 things, change, confidence to do something about it, and clarity of communications, inbound and outbound, simplification, ultimately, those 3 things are the gift that I believe that I have that have propelled my career from the time I entered the business world until today. I'm still out there using those 3 things, jumping on change as an opportunity.
Yeah. And it's scary, isn't it? Like, it's scary.
No.
Okay, that's interesting. Yeah.
But that's the point. It is scary, but you've got to defeat the fear, because you know why? When we learn the most is when we're scared out of our shorts. That's when we learn. We're way out of our comfort zone.
In my own business and personal life, and you can challenge me on this if it's good or bad. I've had this notion of change before I have to.
Yeah.
Because if if I see something's moving, it's like, one day I need to change on my own terms.
Yeah.
Then I'm not forced to.
Yeah.
Do you think there's anything to that?
Oh yeah, of course. Of course. It's proactive change, not reactive.
So maybe if someone's listening in their 50s and they know that this job might not be for the next 5 years, we need to start moving and changing now.
But you know why they won't?
Fear?
Fear of failure.
Yeah.
It's the biggest killer of careers, biggest killer of corporations, even societies. Fear of failure.
Yeah.
And there's nothing to be afraid of. And this is the point. I'm gonna quote a religious figure, Yoda.
Oh. Hey, huge following.
Hey, I've been doing this all over the world. I get away with it.
Yeah, that's right.
Everywhere from Kuwait to,
to
Miami to. I've been quoting Yoda because he said that ignorance leads to fear.
Yeah.
Fear leads to anger. Anger leads to hatred, and hatred leads to violence, and it's a very negative circle, and it shows up in the boardroom. It shows up in society and wars, and it's curable because there are two elements that Yoda talks about. And I mean, we all know this, but we don't stop and think about it. Maybe take the lesson from Yoda, because Yoda said, ignorance leads to fear. Curable, knowledge. You must learn to be a Jedi, Luke.
Yeah.
You must have knowledge to be a Jedi. But what about those things that you can't know? That's what trips us up so often. It's like, well, I don't know. I can't get enough information about that. That's when, you remember what he said? May the force be with you. Force to me is a beautiful metaphor for faith of any kind.
Yeah.
If you don't believe in yourself, if you don't believe in a greater universe that will conspire to help, if you don't believe in your God, depending on which religion you should pursue, if you are a religious person, then you have nothing to fall back on but fear.
Yeah.
And that's a very negative cycle.
Yeah.
So the combination of knowledge and faith, call it the force, is a double set of armor that literally gives humanity nothing to fear.
Napoleon Hill, in his book Think and Grow Rich, said you can have faith or fear. Pick one. They can't be both present.
Yeah, exactly.
I know what I'm picking.
Yeah. I mean, I show two cycles. I show the negative cycle of fear and anger and hatred, and I show the positive cycle of knowledge leading to hope, leading to happiness and peace and joy and all that stuff. That's a heck of a lot better cycle to be in. And, I sat through a session just yesterday with a neuroscientist.
Yeah.
Dr. Haley North from here in Australia. And she was talking about neuroplasticity. And what that is, basically, she was saying our brain is 86 billion neurons in our brain, and they're all firing. And they're basically electrical impulses that are firing constantly. But we come prepackaged with a set of reactions that kept us from being eaten by a tiger, and triggers portions of our brain that cause us to fight or run away. Even though we don't have natural predators, even though we're adults now, that natural self-preservation thing kicks in.
Yeah.
And it craters careers because you've seen the behavior in the boardroom. Somebody's like, come on, I'll duke it out, asshole.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's like, dude, sit down. What is wrong with you?
Yeah, we're just having a chat.
Yeah, but it happens because people just get really mad. This is because they're reverting to their caveman brain. They're reverting to the brain that they came out of the box with, and they haven't matured enough to be able to use their prefrontal cortex, not their amygdala, transfer that reactive brain into a proactive brain and say, wait, this isn't really a threat.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not going to die from this. Let me try to understand where this person's coming from. Let's get to the bottom of this with knowledge. And at the end of the day, if I have to trust this person, maybe I go with that.
Yeah. Hey, it's Glenn here. Thank you so much for watching today's video. You made it to the end. Can I ask a favor? Can you hit that like button and maybe hit subscribe if you want to get notified when we release further videos just like this one, whether you watch the Money, Money, Money podcast or Retire Right. And remember, if you want to learn more about investing, I've got an investing book, The Quick Start Guide to Investing, and there's a link in the description to get your hands on a copy. Thank you so much. Bye.